Hello and welcome. Let's learn how to bake savory chocolate chip cookies. Please preheat your oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit or 190 degrees Celsius. In a small bowl, we have 1¼ cups of flour, 187.5 grams. To that, we're adding 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, 3 grams, and 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 2.5 grams. We're using all-purpose flour or plain flour. You don't want to use bread flour or cake flour for this recipe. Stir it briefly until it's well combined and then set that aside. Next, in a larger bowl, we have 1/2 cup, 1 stick of softened butter, 113 grams, 1/3 cup of white sugar, 67 grams, and 1/4 cup of brown sugar, 56 grams. We are going to beat this together until it's nice and smooth and creamy, just like normal. You can do this by hand, use a stand mixer, or use a handheld mixer like I'm doing here. You want that butter to be nice and soft so it'll blend together nice and look like this. To this, we're going to add 1 large egg, 50 grams, and we're going to beat this until it's nice and smooth and creamy. Once it looks like this, we're going to add in our vanilla, 1/2 teaspoon, 2.5 milliliters. Again, you want to beat it until it's nice and smooth and creamy. Yes, I am repeating myself. It's amazing how much you repeat yourself when you are teaching someone how to bake. I wonder if you think I have very limited vocabulary as a result. I kind of do. Okay, once it's all nice and combined, you are going to add back in that flour mixture and you're just going to beat this until it's just coming together. You don't want to over mix this. You could mix this by hand if you wanted a really tender cookie, but if you're going to use your mixer, just do it on low and just beat it until the dough starts to come together. It should look like this. It's going to be a very thick batter. At this point, we're going to fold in those chocolate chips, 3/4 of a cup, 169.5 grams. And you don't want to use your beater at this point because you could crush your chocolate chips. Once you get it well combined, it's going to be a very stiff dough. Set that aside and we're going to put it on an ungreased baking sheet. And then we're just going to use a cookie scoop or a tablespoon and evenly distribute these onto your cookie sheet. You want to space them 2 inches apart or 5 centimeters and bake them 8 to 12 minutes or until the edges are lightly golden brown and the centers are still a little bit soft. Now don't remove these too early or they will just collapse on you and fall apart. You want to leave these about 2 to 3 minutes and then remove them to a wire rack to finish cooling. If you did that, they should come off really easy and not stick to the pan too much. Let's look at one of these and see what they look like on the inside. They are a soft cookie. They're almost cake-like because there's not so much sugar in it that it's going to cause a spread. And they are very tender and they're savory because they're not too sweet. If I'm going to eat a chocolate chip cookie, this is the one I'm going to reach for. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. Here are your ingredients if you want to follow along. Thank you for visiting us at jacksonsjob.com. And as always, happy baking.